Greetings, YouTube. Yesterday, my wife and I caught a showing of The Sorcerer's Apprentice at the cheap theater. I hadn't had a chance to catch it when it was in the theater's first run, so I took the opportunity to see it when it was only $7 for the two of us to go see the film. And this is an expansion on the character created by Mickey Mouse in Fantasia. And it's not a very long scene in Fantasia, but they took it because it was very iconic and decided to expand it into a full-blown live-action movie. And it's, it's a kind of a classic fantasy coming-of-age story. Admittedly, not particularly original. Though the main character was 20 in the film, which was kind of interesting, because most coming-of-age stories, running in that 12 to 16 range, the whole hormonal move into adulthood kind of stage. So the idea that this actually took place during someone's college years was at least slightly original. Now, my wife and I both thought it was okay. We weren't overwhelmed by it. We were not overly impressed by it. But it was an entertaining way to spend, 90 minutes or whatever, however long it ran. The special effects were excellent. The settings were well done. The writing was a little weak. The acting wasn't bad. Nicolas Cage does an incredibly good job of playing Nicolas Cage. I'm looking at a list of actors here, so you'll have to excuse me. Jay Baruchel, plays Dave, the main character, who is the Sorcerer's Apprentice. And you get to see him encountering the Sorcerer as a 10-year-old, and then encountering him again as a 20-year-old. Then we have Alfred Molina, who plays Maxim Horvath, the bad guy. We have Teresa Palmer playing Becky Barnes, the love interest of our Dave. And Toby Kebbell, who plays Drake Stone, a would-be modern magician who's an actual sorcerer and kind of using his abilities to make a buck, which is very pragmatic, at least. Now, the story isn't particularly original. You have Merlin, who has 3 apprentices. A woman named Veronica, played by Monica Bellucci, who seems to be like one of the go-to actors to do minor fantasy film roles. I think she makes me smile when she does these kind of things. And Balthazar, played by Nicolas Cage, and Horvath, played by Molinar. And their goal: defeat the bad guys, defend Merlin, help him find the next person to take the mantle up and replace Merlin. Of course, you've got a woman and 2 men. Jealousy ensues. She picks one over the other, and instead of just like moping off into the darkness and maybe taking up a hobby, Horvath decides that not only is he going to take out what he perceives as his competition and former best friend, Balthazar, but he's going to ally himself with the most evil sorcerer in all the world. I'm not really sure how you make that leap of logic. Kind of like Darth Vader. Okay, you're upset, but did you really have to make the leap to join the bad guys? You couldn't have just walked away and taken up accounting. I saw how this movie was going to end within the first 5 minutes of the film. But that's okay. I knew it was not going to be original, and it wasn't. And you had the actual required reluctant hero storyline where Dave's like, oh, I'm a wizard. Oh, this is cool. Well, we know it's a little stressful. Maybe I don't want to be a wizard after all. I back away. Oh, I need to be a wizard again to help save my friends and loved ones. I'm tired of the reluctant hero storyline. I really am. I would love if there was a film out there where the main character says, cool, I want to be a hero, and then just throws himself into the role 100% without a doubt in the world that he's going to succeed. I think it would be refreshing. I haven't seen Lightning Thief yet. It's a movie I want to see. I haven't had a chance to get a copy on DVD, but I'm sure that there will be a reluctant hero theme in that film as well. I mean, look at Star Wars. They did. Everyone does it. It's the cool thing to do. But Sorcerer's Apprentice wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't horrible. I sort of enjoyed the ride, and I will probably pick it up on DVD someday if I find it cheap at a yard sale, just so I can listen to the commentary track. And again, I'm a Nicolas Cage fan. I enjoy seeing him chew up scenery and be Nicolas Cage, though my wife did think he looked horrible physically, and he didn't look good in my opinion. His hair was stringy and looked like he hadn't bathed in weeks, and while his coat was very cool, overall his appearance just was fairly disheveled. Not overly impressed with the stylistic decisions in his appearance. I think he could have looked a little more polished, and it would have sold him better in some ways. But if you like fantasy and you have a fondness for the Fantasia storyline with Mickey Mouse, you might well enjoy this. It's not a bad film. It's just not particularly good either.